to do it this way, because we don't have what other options are out there that the city has. And I would like to follow the process with the procurement too. The bids, you open the bids, and the follow through that goes with that. So I think we're just rushing a little bit, but you're getting my support. Okay, but I'd rather just keep it as the infrastructure fund if you don't want to cut taxes.
Commissioner Johnson.
I agree with Mike only in as much, I think we're so close, we've talked about this so many times, and we're so close to actually knowing what we're gonna do and how much it's gonna cost, that to jump into it tonight without knowing exactly what, I think that it's not the way I feel it should be done. I don't think there's any doubt looking at this commission up here that the cameras are something that we pretty much all want. I think it's pretty evident. And I think we just really need to get a handle on what it's gonna involve, the cost and so on. And if we've got these bids and everything, we're so close. And we've got this $50,000 now. I really don't, I feel confident because I believe in humanity. I don't really think somebody's gonna come up here in the next 2 weeks and say, let's take this $50,000 and do blank, 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 blank. So I just think that we should just wait a little bit longer, let us get all the information, and then let's go forward and get it done. But let's get the info first.
Commissioner Mocker, do you have anything on this?
Yeah, I do. I think we're making it way more difficult than it needs to be. The process is underway. We all have a pretty good sense of where we want to take it. Let's follow the process just as been suggested by Sandy, and let's see where it goes. But we're underway. We got the process underway. We know we have a good sense of where we want to go. So let's not make it more difficult than it needs to be.
Thank you, Commissioner Mocker. Just to come back, my personal opinion, I think Mike brings up a very valid point, because I am, like Mike, very conservative on the tax portion of it, but I don't think $50,000 is going to really help anybody. However, though, I do like the idea of the fact is we do an educated guess on a lot of line item budgets that we do here, and it's an educated guess. And I would like to see that if it's just a name, the future capital, whatever that really nice name that Frank gave it, why can't we just put it for future cameras?
Thank you.
Because ultimately, in the end, if it's a no-go, if it's not within our budget, and we as commissioners sit up here and say we're not interested in it, then we're not interested in it. And it's just gonna go back to being whatever. And so to me, I think actually Mike kind of said it, it's just a name, tell me a name, any name. So I say we make it future cameras for the commission chambers.
I think you're oversimplifying it a bit. I think you're encumbering dollars for that. And in this particular case, we're in a process, we're in the middle of a process. Just stick with the name and move on, as Earl said. Just keep it simple. I mean, I think you're hearing support here, but let's not muck it up. Just move forward. Let's make sure we get out of here before 12 o'clock, because it's not that difficult. I think you have support of the commission. I think that what we want are the numbers. I think we've gone through the process. I believe you two were there for the bid opening, so you know what happened. No. But you know what happened. But you know what happened. Okay, right? You were there. They opened a bid or whatever, how they do those things.
Christmas.
It's a process. It's a process. And we're almost there. So just follow through. Let's have confidence in ourselves.
Commissioner Johnson.
I understand everybody's logic. I can't adopt that logic, because under that logic, we would never encumber monies without knowing what the amount is before we do it. I mean, that's exactly what we're doing. Every expense in this budget is based on a guess. So if we're, to me, you budget it, you're focused, we know we're gonna spend it, or if God forbid something else happens and we can't spend the money on that, then we reevaluate. Again, that's why God invented amended budgets. So obviously you guys know I'm very passionate about it. I'm moved by the residents that have come here and asked for it. So after discussion is over, I'm gonna offer a motion to direct administration to come back with an estimate for the amount the city to implement cameras for city commission meetings in the fiscal 2016-2017 budget. Because I don't want to just say, let's encumber all 50 pounds. I want to be laser focused. So I'm happy to hear further discussion on it. I don't want to make a mountain out of a molehill, but the residents are making a mountain out of a molehill. So I agree with them, and I'm gonna offer a motion and push the issue.
When will we know what the bids were?
I was just gonna ask John that question.
We had our meeting with our committee, the first meeting, and, we're actually hearing the presentations on Thursday, the 15th. So we got what we did is we narrowed it down to 3 bidders. So we're hearing the 3 presentations on the 15th. After that, we're gonna check some references. Right now, we're sitting here, there's a lot of questions, but I went through all the RFPs, and there's just the proposals, there's a lot of things. Everybody did give us a Ford Explorer from Pompano Ford or Sawgrass Ford. Everybody has different products, different warranties, different methods, so the bids, they were read aloud. And they came in, 29,000 to about 68,000 was the highest, or even more, one was in the 80s. And we're looking at the 3 that had to be the lower bidders. They provided us good information, so that's what we're looking at. If it's 50,000 enough, it could be. But we don't wanna tip our hand and say, we're going with the low bidder because maybe once we do the presentation, the high bidder is gonna knock our socks off, and we're gonna come back and say, it's really worth it to go with the high bidder.
That you can amend we can amend the budget. I just want to show, and my point is, if you're gonna hear from them next Thursday, my request would be to have you come back and give a recommendation that we can include in the budget for a line item amount. So it sounds like you guys will be, and by the time of our second meeting, they can come back.
So for this meeting, can we just keep the $50,000 in general infrastructure fund and move on?
Why?
Because you're not getting support, we have 3 people who said they could just move on.
Well, okay, well then, no, I'm gonna offer a motion to instruct administration to come back at the September 22nd budget meeting with a recommendation for a line item amount for cameras for the commission meetings. I'll offer the motion, it goes down, it goes
Thank
down.
you.
I don't think there's any issues with that being said. Or with my,
There's a motion.
alright, pass it out, please, Sandy. I'll second the motion.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Opposed?
Opposed? Earl?
Earl, you still there?
A long time ago.
Can you hear me?
No, we cannot hear you. Did you hear the motion on the floor, Earl?
This trial.
Earl, can you hear us?
Yes, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you now. There's a motion on the floor. Can I state the motion back then, please, Mike?
Yes.
There's a motion on the floor, opened by Commissioner Joffe, second by Commissioner Van Busker, that administration bring back
They're an estimate, that's the amount of cameras.
an estimate to the amount of cost of cameras at the September 22nd meeting to discern for the $50,000 budget.
For a line item.
For a line item, I apologize, for a line item.
Is that the way the motion actually was?
Let me remake the motion.
Before, ask Commissioner Walker if he heard the motion when it was made.
Commissioner Rock? Okay, all right.
Yes, I heard the motion when it was made. And I vote to oppose it.
That was just a motion to amend your budget, so you still have to adopt, you have to go through the
Gotcha.
motions, so to speak, and the rest.
I'd like to make a motion. Let's make a motion. To establish a proposed millage operating rate of 3.5893 for the upcoming fiscal year, and the debt service millage rate of 0.1999, and are setting our next meeting date for September 22nd, 2016 at 6:30, and that will be the second and final public hearing.
All right.